I'd like to welcome all of you here to the SFU Goldcorp Center for the Arts. My name is Barbara Grantham, and I'm the President and CEO of the VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. And just so everybody is sure that they're at the right event, I want to welcome you to Volume 4 of Me Too, which is a 6-part public education series where we're aiming to get all of us in this community talking about our mental health struggles and collectively address the stigma surrounding mental illness. One of our goals with this series is to create a vibrant, caring, and inclusive community where all peoples achieve their full potential and have a sense of shared prosperity. So with that, I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge the ancestral, traditional, and unceded Aboriginal territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, on whose territory we stand and sit this evening. Over the next hour and a half, all of us together are going to hear stories of hope, resilience, and creativity from our speakers Stephen Epp, Erin Emeru, Erin Monroe, and Catherine Hume. 4 individuals, 4 people in our community who are working very hard to create pathways for people to live beyond their mental illnesses and recover meaningful lives. We'll also hear from you as we open the floor to conversations and questions from the audience. All of you, when you came in, were given a piece of paper and a pencil, at least I hope you were. And as questions come to you, as our 4 speakers are sharing their stories and their lived experience, please write down your thoughts and your questions on those small pieces of paper. And after we hear from each speaker individually, we'll collect your questions, and the 4 speakers will come up onto the stage with me moderating, and we'll have a conversation and a dialogue with all of you. As I mentioned, tonight is part of a 6-part event series where we've been so far exploring 3 aspects of stigma. In January, we heard from 3 wonderful speakers who shared their experiences with self-stigma. In March, we looked at the issue of social stigmatization, which is really the spreading of stereotypes and false beliefs that can lead to negative actions and discrimination. And for those of you who missed those past events, you can, in this day and age, watch those presentations on our YouTube channel. Tonight, we're looking at structural stigmatization, which is the systems in place like the law, workplace policies, things like that that negatively impact individuals who are living with mental illness and/or addiction. The reason why we're looking at these aspects is because we all have a role to play in creating a mentally healthy community that supports recovery and social inclusion and reduces discrimination. It's only by becoming aware of stigma that we can address it head on. Now, before I ask the speakers to come up, I'd like to do a couple of thanks. First of all, I'd like to recognize and thank Andy Socks, the visionary philanthropist who is supporting, the primary supporter of the speaker series. And we have the very good fortune of having Andy here with us in the audience tonight. Joining Andy in the journey of supporting this series is the Kelchi Patrick Dennehy Foundation, Vancouver Coastal Health, and the Planning and Advisory Committee, the Me Too Advisory and Planning Committee, who make tonight's event and this whole series possible. As a foundation, we are very grateful for the collective vision, passion, and dedication that all of you have to ending the stigma associated with mental illness, and you have our thanks.